What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are in the Integra right now because we're doing some delivering, and I don't know, not delivering, but we got the welder with us, so we're going to actually meet up with Deadbeat Garage, Bravus, Jeffries, whatever you want to call him. So I've met him a few times, but we've been trying to do a video together, and we'll probably try and set up something after this. But he hit me up, and if you guys watch his channel, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do, then you would have seen that his son Braven had got a DA. So they're working on building that thing from the ground up. If you guys have been watching his channel, and yeah, they asked me to come by and stitch weld and shave some of the unnecessary holes in the base. So that's what we're doing today. Keep in mind, it's already like 105, 104 out. It's freaking hot, and it's only 9 in the morning. This is gonna be brutal. This is my first time ever seeing this, so if you guys watch Bravus' channel, you probably know about this. This is wild. 2J, is it single turbo or twin?
Single.
Single?
Yeah.
Big single? This thing's wild. Oh dang.
You got your siren for your alarm. So you see the
fits in here better than I thought. It looks like there's more room. Support and everything. That's wild. I don't really know tape. I watched it in his videos, but like, oh, that's wild. I think it's been almost 3 years now. Really? For the swap? It looks really well done. I mean, other than the black and bumper on the control in the center console area, but I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be almost. This is sick. Custom manifold. Love the custom moonroof. That's so sick.
all by himself. You need to do that shit. Yeah,
so we're doing
hand drive conversion case.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna say one thing or another about the tune, but I mean,
Yeah.
whether it was that
is
or
what it is.
mechanical failure, I mean, still, this thing's just.
Well, the main thing everybody says is, wow, you built that engine for 6 years. And I'm like, no. Well, for one, it was 5 years.
Yeah.
And for two, I built the whole car for 5 years, not the engine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I got
so
another
crazy, though.
blocks to throw in it. But you gotta slam that thing.
I know it's the same thing that everybody says to everybody when they meet another YouTuber or see their whatever they're working on in person, but it's crazy seeing it actually come together, like all the hundreds of videos or whatever, and then actually seeing it moving and rolling in person.
Oh, I know. Like I've basically done my entire YouTube channel wrapped around this one car.
Yeah, it's
Where
wild.
most other YouTubers are like, they've been through 5 or 6 different builds in the time I've spent on this one car.
But your attention to detail, though, I mean, down to like these little brackets, every single piece of hardware was touched, and like all the seams painted, everything was just, yeah. So, see, I have an issue on mine right here. I don't know how much filler you used, but mine's starting to crack a little, so I have a little bit of
mine did
surface
too. But I think because I used Bondo to fill it. He said he might hit the launch control on it.
That fuel pump is so loud.
Yeah, 2 of them.
2 of them? 2 of them.
Back there. That's pretty serious.
That's wild.
That's the first time I've heard him actually hit the launch control like that.
That's
Holy
freaking
shit.
loud.
He hasn't wanted to. He hasn't got the car tuned yet, but
Is it on a map right now?
it's running clean. They have a data logger on it,
Oh.
and they're keeping an eye on it. But everything's running clean. It just hasn't been dyno tuned yet.
Stitches all done. Working on filling the holes. Not too bad. It's gonna be solid, that's for sure.
They look sick, dude. This is exactly what I was wanting. This looks fucking badass. It's what I wish I would have done to the khaki Civic for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, too bad you did yours before I had my good welder.
Yeah, no kidding.
Got a good amount of this, got it all stitch welded, got a good-ish amount shaved, but I'm pretty much out of gas, so we're gonna use the last bit of it to weld on this H-swap bracket. I think it's an innovative one because Hasport doesn't sell these, so whatever it is, the previous owner that did the swap, he only had these 2 bolts holding it in, and they're kind of concerned about the the safety of that, if that's even gonna hold, if the bolts might pull out or break or something like that, because I mean H-series are pretty torquey, so we're gonna weld this in quick, and that'll pretty much have to be a day for the welding at least, and you get a whole bunch of grinding to do.
Yeah, it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's not that bad with a good flap disc like this.
Yeah.
This one's kind of worn out, but when you got a new flap disc, it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
And since it's actually, most of these should have like weld all the way through the center, so you really shouldn't hardly have to add any body filler. There shouldn't be any low spots or any pits, but
yeah,
I'll have to see when you get down there. But this is gonna be a cool little car. I'm stoked for you.
Yeah, we're not really sure what color we're gonna paint it yet, so.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for white cars. Maybe it's just Arizona, but
Yeah.
white, and because
I
I
love
like
white cars too.
I don't like washing cars, so I like how white hides
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
He was kind of, I don't know if you've seen these.
Yeah, no, these are the
He
two
was
different
kind of looking
colors.
at this like cream color.
Oh yeah.
There's
yeah.
like a creamish white, and then there's the khaki, and then there's the red. It was either between these 3
Yeah.
colors. I'm kind of in the middle, like at the cream.
Yeah, I
but-
follow a guy on Instagram. I think his name's like K-Tune DA9 or something like that. But he has a creamy one, not like a khaki, but like a straight cream. I think
Yeah.
it's that same color.
See, he likes the cream. He likes khaki, but he doesn't want to hear, you know, the whole just because your
Copied your
dad.
dad,
Yeah, he just
yeah.
copied your dad. But I mean, he likes it, but he just, you know, wants to do his own thing. So
Yeah.
the cream, I don't know. I think
I
it'll
feel
look
like the
good.
cream's gonna look more white than anything.
Yeah, I
That's what I'm
think
afraid
just
of.
because now that I've experimented with it, you need flake.
Yeah.
Cream with some sort of flake, even if it's like a silver flake, just so it's subtle. But it really makes the whole difference to the car. Like if you see my Miata in person, like especially at night
would be
under
dope.
fluorescent light, like the amount of sparkle in it is just so cool. And
That'd be
when I
sick.
go to repaint the Integra again, whenever that is, I plan on using flake in that
For
too.
the 7th time.
Yeah, something like that. Hopefully next time is the last time because I want to strip it down to bare chassis and send it off to a shop.
Yeah.
But that's $8,000 that I don't have, so.
Yikes.
Yeah, no kidding.
I like the glasses like
These things come off like serious.
All right. Put them. I don't like these glasses.
Where are you gonna weld at?
Let's try and get a decent looking bead on here. Decent-ish. This one will be better. Back at the house now. It was definitely cool hanging out with Bravus and Braven and their buddy, the guy that had the 2J Civic. The thing was wild. That thing, that's a lot of fab work. That's a lot of wiring. That's just a lot of
everything. I don't know if I'd be willing to spend that much money on a Civic, but you know, to each their own. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It is a sick car. But yeah, so I'm back to the house now. I'm just working on a few little things on the Miata right now while I'm waiting for my downpipe and my manifold to get back from being ceramic coated or Cerakoted. So I went and bought some DEI heat sleeve stuff. I already have some for my oil feed line, but it wasn't big enough to fit around my heater hoses, which is what this is for. This is the bigger stuff that's Velcro, so I can just open it. And then in the meantime, before I get the turbo stuff put on, I'm gonna try and hook up the ECU beforehand. So I need to add my intake air temp sensor piece of pipe wherever I put that, and then yeah, so I have to plug in my intake air temp sensor. I have to wire in my wideband, which is what I was working on last night. I just had to go buy some more wiring and add a circuit. So I got that pretty much done. But I also figured while I'm wiring in my wideband, I may as well wire in the boost gauge and get it ready so that way it's getting power and everything in the meantime. So that's what I've been working on. I ran out of wire and a few connectors, so I'm just doing that at the moment. But I'm gonna not really show you guys how to do that so much because it's not so important. But I made this little plate. Pretty cool. It goes on the bottom of the radio right there. And then, so once I have the wires sorted out here, it should be done here relatively quickly. I'm gonna just make that little intake setup and then hook up my wideband sensor. And then I just have to splice the wideband sensor into the stock narrowband wire, which is just a single wire. So that way the ECU should be able to read it. And then I just gotta try and figure out how to download the base map off the Speedy EFI website and get that taken care of. So I'm gonna kind of mess with this for a bit and come back to you guys. Just so you guys aren't totally oblivious or clueless to what I'm doing, let me show you really quick. I pretty much got it done. I'm just finishing up the last wire now. So this piece I'm gonna have to remake because that gauge is too far over, so it's hitting the edge of the center console. So whatever, I have more plastic, that's easy. The wires I already tucked up, just using an ATA circuit up here, and then I just piggybacked the power wire and the grounds for the 2 gauges, and then this wire right here, this white one that's dangling, this is going to the O2 sensor output, or 5 volt output, and then this yellow wire up there, this one right here, this is the constant 12 volt. So I'm waiting to get another ATA circuit for that, because I went to all my local O'Reillys and AutoZones and nobody had any more ATA circuits. I only had the one, so they had to order me one, so it'll be here later today. But right now I am just feeding the wire through the firewall, because this is where the O2 sensor is going to attach, because I had an extra plug from one of my extra sensors. So I'm just feeding it through the firewall right there, and I'm going to just run it to that connector and then run it to this one. So that way it will send its signal, the wideband, the AEM wideband unit will send its signal to the aftermarket ECU. So if I can do it, it's pretty simple. I'm going to finish this up though, and then wait for that other ATA circuit, and we'll try and maybe get this thing fired up on a base map tonight. Like I said, turbo's not on, you guys just saw, still NA, but I want it to be NA first and get this ECU set up. That's my biggest stress point at this point, is just making sure that I can do the wiring and ECU section of this, because I'm no good with that. And I do apologize if I look kind of messy or like a hobo or sweating, because it's 111 degrees out here with barely any breeze, and an Arizona breeze during the summer is literally like when you open your oven after you've just baked a pizza or whatever, that initial just on you, that's Arizona, that's the breeze in summer. So take my word for it, it's hot. I just look like trash right now. I mean, I'm ugly to begin with, but give me a break, it's hot. Got all the wiring situated and squared away, so now, other than that one connector, I'm about to go get it. But I'm gonna remake that gauge faceplate thing really quick, so that way I can start making this how to install the Speedy EFI video. So I put some thermal wrap on this stuff. I'm gonna have to wrap this hose probably in the gold tape, because I cannot get this to flex enough for that one, because that's more curvy than that one. But yeah, here's my O2 line running up here, all nice and tucked away, just feeding into the firewall right there. So that's nice out of the way. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much gonna be it. I mean, it's only gonna take me like 10-15 minutes to just cut another couple inches of plastic, and then after that I'm gonna just bolt it all together. I'm gonna end this video here though. I'm gonna go start this other video on how to install Speedy EFI, that is if I can even figure it out. But if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to let me know in the comments below and drop a like on the video if you're new to the channel. Hopefully you've considered subscribing, and hopefully in one of these next couple of videos we can get this thing fired up on the turbo and
hopefully with no issues. Anyways, guys, do what you love. Forget about the rest. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.